There is a moment in every rally season when clarity sets in. A moment when one team takes charge and the rest are left to respond.
Welcome to the 47th running of the Rally of the Tall Pines.
That's where teams find themselves today. The first 3 rounds saw 3 different winners. At the 4th event of the season, the reigning champions said enough was enough. They earned their 2nd win of the season, and then their 3rd at the very next event.
It's a great win, very important for the championship.
So now, with just 2 events left in the 2017 Canadian Rally Championship, all but 2 teams have been eliminated from the overall title chase, and the odds are stacked against them. The teams now roll up to the Lincoln Electric Rally of the Tall Pines. Can the defending champions tighten their grip on the title? Or will the challengers outrun the factory team to force a final event showdown? One-day rallies are notorious for starting early and ending late. As the sun rises over Bancroft, Ontario, the cars are already lined up, ready to start one of the toughest rallies in North America.
Oh, it's going to take a bit of luck, I think, like every year for Tall Pines. It's just a crazy rally. This morning here in the service park, you see gravel, and the first few stages will be on gravel, but then later on we go in the woods and it's glare ice with just a little bit of snow on the edge, no snowbanks, and I don't remember the last time Tall Pines was so icy.
It's always been a rally of just survival. Obviously, knowing where to push and where to save the car, and just because it's a long rally, super long day, really hard stages, so we'll see how it goes. It's a lot of mixed conditions this year too, so that'll throw another curveball at us.
The problem with this sport is that we say we're going to run 8 tenths, and the adrenaline's going so much, and it turns out being actually 10 tenths. So I need to drive 6 tenths, which will actually be about 8 tenths. It's really tough to do that, and this event is so crucial. I think 8 cars finished last year, so I definitely want to be one of those 8.
To be honest, for us, obviously, the more slippery, the better. So when it comes to our production class championship, we still do not have it locked up because of the 3 Western events. So we still have to finish at least 1st or 2nd to lock it up. So I kind of got to stay on the road, but you know me. Once the helmet goes on, just have fun.
The Rally of the Tall Pines covers 183 stage kilometers of mixed gravel, snow, and ice. 24 teams starting this rally have brought every tire option they could find, and on these roads, any tire choice is a compromise. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru, confidence in motion.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 5 minus, open slowly over crest.
The opening leg of the day is the most predictable. These gravel stages are short and sweet. They allow teams to find a rhythm to carry into the event.
And care, right 4, half long over small crest.
The Subaru Canada team of Antoine Lestage and Alan Ockwell don't take long to find their groove and make their intentions known. Their mission is to dictate the pace and take an early lead. They want to shut the door on the 2 teams who can take away their title hopes. Next on the road is the 2nd Rocket Rally supported car. The Crosstrek, driven by Brandon Semenuk and John Hall, are in the hunt for the win this weekend. All year, they've been inching closer to the factory team's pace, and their steady results put them 3rd in the championship. They need to finish 2nd or higher to keep pressure on their stablemates.
Stay 6 right over jump, stay left over 60.
Nicolas Laverdiere and Vincent Trudel have started to show great form in production class. The young team are 4th fastest on the opening stage. To take the production victory, though, they'll have to beat Leo Erlichich and Alex Kurani. Leo leads the production championship and is 2nd overall in the title chase. Tall Pines is Leo's home event, and he's expected to fight at the top, but a small mistake throws off their rhythm.
And crazy mud.
The damage is only cosmetic, and they continue to 9th on the opening stage.
Leftish over jump, left over crest, right 6 minus over crest, out.
A surprise result at this event could come from the young American Connor Martell and co-driver Greg Dorman. Martell is a global Rallycross Lights competitor on the Dirtfish Rally School team, but this is only his second rally and his first in an all-wheel drive car. He's fast from the start in his Vermont sports car prepared car, landing third fastest early on despite his inexperience. Patrick Rainville and Dave Sear in an older Subaru are also on pace. Rainville is getting to grips with his car and his pace is improving. He's 6th on the opening loop in a tight battle with reigning novice champions Simon Vincent and Hubert Gaudreau. They finished 3rd last year and plan to improve on that result this weekend. In two-wheel drive, Philippe Benoit and Patrick Levesque lead the class. With the championship class leaders not making it this weekend, the two-wheel drive championship title is secured by Dave Wallingford and Leanne Junilla. Coming into the Rally of the Tall Pines, the two-wheel drive title was technically still up for grabs. But with both two-wheel drive contenders, Dave Wallingford and Jason Bailey, not in attendance, the math changed. Wallingford's lead goes from large to unbeatable. And the class he dominated with wins at Baie des Chaleurs.
Congratulations. It was well done. That's a big race. You ran it all clean and on pace the whole time. Dude, well done.
Rally des Filles.
We're consistent all weekend long.
And the Pacific Forest Rally.
I came out on top. Happy with that.
Is now his to own until the 2018 calendar begins. Wallingford and Junilla, backed by the Team O'Neill Rally School, showed a perfect mix of dedication to the series, reliable and attainable results, and steady-minded driving. He's a worthy champion of the sport. The opening loop of stages is all but complete and the Subaru factory team is topping the leaderboard. No surprises here. Lestage and Ockwell take a 50-second lead into the first service of the day. Semenuk rebounds after a shaky start. Martell leads Laverdiere, Erlichich, and Rainville in a tight battle for 3rd. With so much rally remaining, this leaderboard is merely a suggestion. More from the Rally of the Tall Pines when we come back.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 11-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
With 3 stages complete at the Rally of the Tall Pines, teams arrive at the first service of the day.
Everything went well. It was mostly gravel with some tricky spots where the ground is still frozen. We're leading now, I believe, by 47 seconds over Brendan. It's a bit more than I was expecting, but it's just a warm-up.
I don't know if it's a warm-up because I feel like the first stages are kind of the only ones we get to do on gravels. So now it's going to change up a lot here, and it definitely is not the end of the day, but it would have been nice to start a little stronger.
Well, everything was actually kind of conservative and in semi-conservative mode, but you know that one corner where a lot of people went off yesterday, there was no ice there on the braking yesterday. Touched the brake, nothing. Went straight, e-brake, parked it close to the marshal's car into a tree, but no big deal, just cosmetical.
Going forward, it gets a lot harder. We start going into snow stages and gravel, so tire choice is going to be really key on what we do. I'm not going to try and push it. I just want to finish the rally and get this car to the end.
It's better to drive a little slower and finish. The feeling is so good, even if you're last place, of just getting through the event. Maybe for others watching, it's not as exciting, but yeah, I'm nervous. I gotta be honest, I haven't been this nervous in an event ever.
With service done, teams head back out to the stages. Bancroft is close to Toronto and Ottawa, so spectators are here in full force, and so is Subaru Rally Team Canada. Antoine Lestage's experience here is invaluable. In an event where a single loop of stages can see such dramatic changes in road condition, Lestage becomes the trendsetter. All the teams look to his tire selection and follow suit. Snow tires are the ticket for the forest stages. On gravel, the drivers will have to conserve the soft rubber, but on snow and ice, they'll be invaluable. Semenuk and Hall are where they need to be in second. A small slip-up by the leaders would be all they need to improve their chances at a title, but this is not their day.
3 right minus, 3 left short over crest, 4 right plus. Whoa. Oh, just start it.
They are high-centered and lose 20 minutes, essentially ending their championship hunt. That leaves Leo Erličić as the sole challenger to Lestage in the championship. Leo has now recovered from his close call, and thanks to Semenuk's misfortune, he's up to second and still pushing.
Jumps icy in, left 6 minus, left 6 minus, right 10, extra big jumps, 160.
Connor Martel continues to impress in the afternoon stages. He's driving beyond his experience level, and his consistency in these tough conditions puts him among the leaders, never slipping out of top 5. He's only a few seconds behind Erličić and has started to build a buffer to the more experienced Simon Vincent in 4th. Vincent knows that nothing in this rally matters until the sun goes down, a lesson he learned from his father, the now retired CRC veteran. Behind him, Jean-Sébastien Besner and Laverdiere are keeping pace but also waiting for the dark of night and further attrition. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Laverdiere's car looks worse for wear, but he's still in it. Fresh off a top 5 result at round 5, Travis Nice and Krista Skoukas are also playing the long game, but the distance may be becoming maybe a little too long. They sit in 11th overall. Lestage and Ockwell clear the loop in full control. With Semenuk's misfortune and some swift driving, they've managed to build a healthy cushion to second. Lestage leads Erličić by over 2 minutes, with Martel hot on their heels in 3rd. Vincent leads Besner, Laverdiere, and Rainville, all within 30 seconds of 4th. They say you can lead this rally in daylight, but you win it at night. That's next.
Take your driving to the next level at Dirtfish. Gain confidence behind the wheel of an all-wheel drive Subaru STI or rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZ. Get sideways with skills on multiple surfaces. Gravel, mud, and tarmac. Dirtfish offers programs for every driver. Visit dirtfish.com for details.
Welcome back to the Canadian Rally Championship and Round 6, the Lincoln Electric Rally of the Tall Pines. The current leaders, Lestage and Ockwell, have yet to put a foot wrong. Their experience here is unmatched, so they make a rare tire choice. At service, Lestage chose a light truck ice and snow tire for this set of stages. The choice provides him less grip on the ice and snow compared to a competition tire, but the harder sidewalls should be more resistant to punctures. It's a smart call they made at service a few minutes ago.
Some very tricky spot in the icy, snowy section, but everything went well for us, no drama. The car is okay, and we have a big lead now, so that's good.
It was a tough first 3 stages, but we did okay. We were sitting in second overall. Very, very slippy. Hey, it's a long rally yet. We'll keep going, and you don't know what's going to happen.
For me, everything is predictable. Now everything is good according to the recce. It's going to freeze more. Right now it's very, very warm, and the ice is breaking up, even on the iciest stages. So we'll see. It'd be really stupid to do something wrong now, so I kind of backed off anyway.
Back on the stages, if Leo has backed off, it's hard to see. He needs a strong finish to hold his production class championship, but a slower pace could cost him places against the charging Connor Martel.
In-act clip, left 7++.
Nearly every team except Subaru Rally Team Canada chose snow tires for this leg. The choice opens them up to a larger possibility of flat tires, and Leo is the first to suffer. He rides it out, but the results drop him to third. Leo's flat tire hands Connor Martel second place. Coming into this event, Martel was a relative unknown, and most predicted that the difficult rally would catch out the young rallycrosser. But that hasn't been the case. Martel is driving maturely and has been able to avoid any flat tires so far. Behind him, Laverdiere and Trudel are running well but can't seem to hold pace against Vincent and Gaudreau in fourth.
Still left into droite 8 en montée. Regarde la gauche ici, droite 8 en montée. 50 mètres, droite à fond. Et gauche 5, très long sur la terminale. Très glissant ici. 50 en montée. Droite 9 over small crest, 50.
The gap is now over a minute, and it seems unlikely they'll be able to claw it back. As the snow starts to fall, so do the temperatures. For those running snow tires, this is a welcome sign, but it doesn't come soon enough for Nice and Skoukis, who get a flat early on in stage 10. They're forced to change it. As evening falls, Erličić and Kirani push hard to try and take back time on Martel in second. Despite committing to the jump-filled lower and middle Hastings stages, the Can Jam Motorsports team can't claw back the time.
Very big jump, 90. Very big jump. Up here, leftish over jump.
Apart from a small clutch issue, Martel and Dorman are running well, continuing to set top 5 stage times. But Subaru Rally Team Canada remains in a class of their own. A brilliant tire choice allows them to push in the rougher sections without fear of punctures. They are untouchable.
Left 6 short and right 6 plus short.
With 12 stages complete, Lestage's lead is now over 3 minutes to second. Martel and Erličić are separated by only 15 seconds going into the final loop. Vincent is 5 minutes out of a podium spot in fourth. Semenuk isn't able to rejoin the top 10 after a difficult loop with multiple flat tires. With the final loop of night stages coming up, Rally of the Tall Pines goes from hard to harder when we come back.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 11-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
The temperature has dropped along with the sun here at Rally of the Tall Pines as teams arrive for their final service of the event.
Yeah, we just finished the longest loop of the rally actually, and but yeah, there's still one more long loop, a repeat of these 3 long stages. For us, it's a matter of just keeping it on the road. We have a big lead now, and we're just already for that last loop. We were pretty safe, and we're gonna go even safer for that last loop and just bring her home.
Today it went well until the second service, and the clutch is starting to get worse and worse now. We're kind of babying it, but trying to stay in second. You know, I'm just trying to get the car to the finish. That's the biggest thing here. So we'll make it. If we stay on the road, we'll make it with the clutch. I don't think the clutch is going to be what makes us not finish the race. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing the race. So we're going to take it easy but still try to keep second.
Well, we had some suspension damage and a puncture in the end of Egan. But to be honest, it's amazing what he's doing. The times he's doing is, wow, it's great. I'm sure that Vermont Sports Car brought a proper machine there. But at the same time, I don't care if it's a World Rally car. To drive that pace first time out here is phenomenal.
The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru, confidence in motion. Leading the way through the final leg, Lestage and Ockwell continue to drive flawlessly. Their tire strategy was perfect. They can now back off their pace to ensure a victory. And with Semenuk out of the podium and Jurlicic down in third, top points all but ensures their championship win. Behind them, Connor Martel and Greg Dorman are also settling in at a slower pace to make sure their clutch gets to the end. They hold strong in second despite a slow puncture that they change at the end of the stage. Once again, punctures are rampant on this set of stages. The roads are simply too rough for the snow tires most teams are using. While Martel got one flat, Leo suffered one in return, evening out the result.
Opens flat, Mirage, 60 icy. Right 10 over crest, very out half. Tightens, no 5+ grip.
Behind them, Simon Vincent and Hubert Gaudreau have been patiently waiting for one of the top 3 teams to slip up. They haven't been able to keep pace with the top teams this weekend, but with a little more attrition, Vincent and Gaudreau could snag a podium spot. They are disappointed with 4th. Meanwhile, Laverdiere and Trudel are ecstatic in 5th. This is a great result for this young team who have started to make a name for themselves. More steady drives like this and they could be podium contenders before we know it.
Line 200 en montée.
Semenuk and Hall are flying on these final stages. They've made up ground, but it's too little too late. They're back in the top 10 and they will be disappointed with their final result. In the largely uncontested two-wheel drive category, Burke and Bauer in their CRX will be the sole finisher. Sometimes surviving is a victory in itself. The final stage kilometers run out and a total of 12 teams manage to complete this long and difficult event. Jurlicic clinches the production class championship and 3rd overall. Connor Martel pulls off the unexpected 2nd overall in his first visit to Tall Pines, his first stage rally in an all-wheel drive car, and his first podium at the national level, a stellar performance from a young man with a bright future. And finally, a textbook victory by the man who may as well have written the book. Lestage and Ockwell took control from the first stage and dared not look back.
5 minus, King's 100. Okay. Yes. Good job, bud. Okay. Stressful.
Lestage, Martel, Jurlicic, the overall podium. Vincent takes 4th. Laverdiere rounds out the top 5. Semenuk climbs back to 8th. Lestage's victory means he only needs 1 point to clinch his title, a point he will receive for simply starting at the Big White Winter Rally in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, that sounds good, huh? Yeah, very good rally. We had almost a textbook rally. We drove hard in the morning, took a good lead, didn't do any mistakes, picked the right tires all the time, and then managed it later in the day. And quite happy. Thanks to Subaru, thanks to Rocket Rally. Alan did a great job again, and it's just a great win, yeah.
I feel good, you know, obviously it's huge. I didn't plan on getting podium, I planned on finishing the rally. I did Big White last year and we didn't finish, so just coming here and finishing and then being on the podium and second behind Antoine is huge. You know, I can't thank my crew enough for Moss Sports Car and my family. It's a big accomplishment.
Yes, very happy. Now, podium is great, Tall Pines is great. Conditions are actually, except one braking zone, conditions were what we kind of expected from the recce.
Actually, Leo's been really consistent all year long, so it's made my job much easier than I think the co-drivers before me.
I really wanted to prove that I can stay on the road for the whole season, and this is 2nd year in a row where I didn't really make any serious driving errors. We stayed on the road, we're production champions. Mission accomplished. Now I can enter something and go flat out.
3, 2, 1.
After a long day, the late-night podium caps off what was one of the most difficult Rally of the Tall Pines in years. 1 event left, 1 point remains between the champion and his title. That's next time on the Canadian Rally Championship.